Good afternoon, all. This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming to you today with another quick review. As I went and looked for Micro Galaxy Squadron Light Armor class at my Walmart 3 minutes away, I turned the corner and right there in the Transformer stuff was Rise of the Beast Scorponok and Wheeljack. So I snagged number 108 Wheeljack and getting ready to bring it to you on the turntable. But before we get there, make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thank you again for watching my channel. You guys totally rock. Let's get this out of the box and see how cool or not cool he is. And there is Wheeljack on the turntable, number 108 in the Studio Series from Rise of the Beast. He looks nothing remotely like the Wheeljack from the Bumblebee movie, but alas, he is the VW Volkswagen van in there. It reminds me of the Twinkie from Outer Banks for those who have watched. You can pause and scan like right here, and hopefully I can help you find yours in store. If they haven't put it out on the shelf yet, get somebody to come and scan and see if it's in the store or when it should be on the way. All the same. He converts in 28 steps there, and Wheeljack and the Autobots race to escape the Terracons. There's another look at the art on that side of the box. And of the movie figures, he already, outside of, looking in on the box there, looks like the most like his model there from the movie. Let's get him out of the box and go through his instructions and his accessory. And here we have everything out of the box and on the turntable, and we got the instructions that I don't feel are going to be very helpful with this one. We have the cardboard displayage, which I don't see anybody's collections ever posted with all this stuff right here. And we got Wheeljack there himself on the turntable, alongside his very, very clear plastic, smoky clear plastic Ironhide-esque gun. Let's go ahead and get that in his hand real quick. And let's take a closer look at Pablo in his robot mode. All that smooth cocoa butter mocha choca plastic does not a lot for me, especially since it's got a lot of detail and not painted very much outside of what you see on his leg right there. The one thing that irks me, and I can't even let the monkey or elephant out of the room, is how this looks so Cyberverse down from the get-go. The hands not being able to swivel right away, the holiness. This is and this is just a technique borrowed from another version of this guy that I don't got, but I've seen a couple of reviews and I'm not a big fan of that. I'd like to have seen some red on that Autobot symbol there, but that's okay. We might be able to go back and add that later. So you got more detail there in the shoulders, and it kind of does pop, and some black panel lining would go a long ways. And fairly clean looking and nice looking back in, except for the hole in his ass. I mean, it's just really aggravating. And you got the little flight stand. If you got flight stand, you can post it right there. Probably hopefully get one of those gap fillers from TF Safari and fill in the gaps that is there. And I'm pretty sure when I go to transport this, I'll see some more of the ugliness, but having not transported it myself yet, I mean, yikes. And then there it is right there, boom. At least it's got some detail within the detail of the holiness, but I mean, it's like paper thin on each side. As you can see there, it's probably not even like a millimeter of plastic that's holding that together for the spine of that. And you can see he's got two-way swivels there. That's nice, and it's on a mushroom peg, so you can get those both to do their thing. Actually, I think it's locked in for robot mode, but that goes into place later when you go to transform it. And that beautiful face, I mean, that is an A+ face right there. And he's got his little hinges inside of the lights there. Kind of looks like he's got an extra set of eyes looking at you, staring off into space. All that said and done, let's get into some articulation real quick. I do gotta say that this is really nice, thick cardboarded stock there. So I mean, that's always a plus if they just give us the shield and protection there that we deserve to have our fingerless transformers. That would be awesome in the future. Take one more spin around the block there. Let you look at all that. That's how I will configure mine. It's not the actual configuration, it's in the instructions, but it works for me, keeps it cleaner looking. And like I said, this is like the more screen accurate version of any of the Rise of the Beast figures thus far in Studio Series. I think with it being a Studio Series, this stuff should be on the numbers, not lacking anything. But like I said, let's go through this and take a look at that. 1 second. Getting into that articulation real quick, he's got all the way around on
a ball there at the shoulder. It's got that open edge for the transformation, so there's how that moves and swivels. You do get an upper arm pop off there, and that's another pain in the fanny there. So if you go the other way, it doesn't pop out, but it's just that. You got nothing at the wrist, which is an absolute bother to me, along with all that garbage in there. I mean, that's just ugly. Anyway, you can insinuate what I was going to say there. Nothing there because it's all locked in right now, but you do get a whole complete waist rotation, thank goodness that didn't go popping off, and it is got a waist rotation there. You can get not quite the full splits due to how the balls are connected there, and it's got upper thigh swivel. It's got that much in the leg. Probably get some more if I didn't want to stress that little tab mark out there. The knee is a little bit like on a ball there, so you got even another swivel there. Ankle tiltage, foot can, it's got a heel spur, so you can get a little bit more craziness there, and the ankle tiltage there. It's kind of weird how it's got it all there together. And the head, you can go only so far there one way and so far the other way. I'm sure that, yeah, you can get it all the way around, but you got to move his head back in and around there. So that's about going to do it for his articulation. And since I don't do transformations on camera, I will pause for a moment, get this guy back into his vehicle mode, and then we'll go through the stuff on the vehicle mode. And that's just garbage when it does that, guys. Ugh! I'm not off to a good start. I actually went ahead and applied the same fix for Tiger Hawk for him so he can have a little bit more upward head movement. So maybe he can look up and see Unicron coming down on top of him, and or see to shoot him now, shoot in his general direction. I don't know if he'll bring Unicron down with a couple of shots, but I was just, I think that looks a little bit better. Like I said, let's get this guy into his vehicle mode and continue the review. And there he is in vehicle mode. It doesn't look that bad now that I got him here, and I actually took the Sharpie and dotted those hubcaps in there. It looks like it's supposed to look like it was in the movie there, guys. Let's take a closer look at that. Excellent detailing. And the cocoa butter actually is kind of smooth here. He's definitely reminiscent of the Twinkie from Outer Banks, and I turned his head around so you can see his eyes, and the dogs want to bark naturally. Sorry about that, guys. And I was expecting a big seed to come through today, but anyways, I gotta get on sale tomorrow, and hopefully the dogs will let me continue this. You can see the nice detailing throughout there, and the gun just stores on the top, and no license plate tag, and no paint on the tail lights, devoid of that. And I don't know what we could do there. Maybe there'll be a third party come along and give us something that'll fit there, and give us some mufflers, or dual mufflers would be awesome, just to kind of fill in the gaps there. That's just a little bit ugly, but I get it and understand. I don't even really mind the pins. If there was a white Sharpie, or I'd probably get one of those off-white Gundam markers, I could probably dot that in and fill in the gaps there. I actually like the tint there, but over time, I'm afraid these doors and this little piece might snap and break, and just kind of like hope they do a revision of this guy, that they, number one, don't make it a deluxe. This should be a Voyager. And number two, this should be solid plastic and not this clear plastic that has been known to crack and break, and especially the weapon of usage. And they just added a little bit there to make it not exactly like Ironhide's gun, but it's now Wheeljack's gun. But yeah, that's about going to do it for the van mode. It rolls really, really good, all in and around there. Let's get this guy into some final thoughts. Oh, there's the displayage. If I take and remove the gun off the top, there's your Life Entertainment box art. I'll probably use some silver on there to make it just like so. I might do that before it's all said and done. And he's got his little sunroof ABS bit there that you can plug into with the gun. We really wish that there would be a way to put it up underneath there and store away, but such is not the case. And then everything's just compacted together. And that therein, I think, is the other part of the problem. They borrowed stuff from Cyberverse in the vehicle. I mean, it's got to fold up a certain way and whatnot. The clearances are tight, but I mean, I didn't find the transformation is too much horrible. But as if this stuff doesn't stay tabbed together, it'll look like junk anyway. So, ooh, and there's those gaps there. Third parties help us out with this. But other than that, let's get into final thoughts, guys. Some final thoughts on this vehicle mode. I actually like this a lot better than I thought I would, with it being a robot mode. That said, I don't like the lack of detail there or the holes that's in it on the side or in the back there. But what can you do? I digress. And like I said, this plastic cracking in the future worries me moving forward. And it's like a vicious cycle of love-hate for this guy. What they did with the engineering with the legs, I hate what they did with these arms and shoehorning them in. The head, I like the way the head looks and it's detailed, but I had to do a mod to get it to look up any at all like this. And the kibbles handled nicely and stuff, but then where it's got that going on, I can't stand the awful waffles on this guy. I don't know why this is a thing with Transformers these days. And the lack of no wrist articulation, that is the biggest no-no, like in a robot mode or any of these that are especially $25 plus, like deluxe class up to commander class and even the HasLab. You don't leave holes in the Transformers. You don't not give them the articulation. This is just lazy ass engineering and I can't handle it, man. It's just not cool. All that said, the gun, even though it's basically Ironhide's gun in clear smoky plastic, it's okay. And then like the paint that is there is nice. It's just there's a serious lack of paint there as well. So it's a vicious love-hate cycle here. You're either going to love him or hate him, and or both, like I am. I mean, this guy just, I don't like those arms whatsoever. I don't like that this thing will twist right on off at nothing, like when I go to handle it. Not having the wrist articulation, but the legs have great engineering and transformation stuff, and I had no problems, getting it back and forth from van mode to robot mode, except for the tight clearance. It's neat what they were doing with some of it, but then like there was no sense in having to tuck these arms underneath these clear pieces of plastic and the clear pieces of, there it is again. So with all that said, this is going to be, for completionist of Rise of the Beast, it's not bad. It's actually the most accurate version of him to this date. But if you're not into the Rise of the Beast or you don't like this version of Wheeljack, then I'd say it's an easy pass. But I'm finished with that now. I don't even think I'm going to finish the main line anymore. I'm going to be looking to get rid of those in the near future. But pick it up if you like the movie Wheeljack. Oh, needs to be Voyager size. This should never have been a deluxe. That I think might have helped alleviate some of the clearance issues. That and some not cyberverse dumbed down engineering there in the arms. Thanks again for watching my channel, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thank you again to all my subscribers, and that's going to do it for the Studio Series number 108, Wheeljack, also known as Pablo. He speaks TV. Anyway, y'all have an excellent week out there, guys. Take care until all are one. Thanks again for watching my channel.